Alright, I'm going to give you some pros and cons to working here at a construction company, or, working as heavy machinery operator, laborer. Is it worth it to you? I mean, to be honest, that's really up to you. I can't actually answer that question for you, because you are the only one that can answer that. I mean, I can give you some tips, I can give you some pointers on, what exactly is going on here, but I can't exactly tell you if this is the right job for you. But they pay decent, well over 13 an hour. I mean, the hours are long though. That's one of the things. You're gonna be working 10 plus hours a day. That's something that you're gonna be doing. And then summertime, that's when the hours are really long, and then the wintertime, usually the hours slow down. So you want to start saving during the summer and springtime, because that's when the overtime really kicks in. But while it's during the wintertime, you're not going to get a lot, unless you got a company that lets you work like snow removal or something like that. Then that's totally up to you. But I mean, I've worked times where I worked 15 plus hours days, and I mean, it's not bad, but they supplied us a hotel, so I'm cool with that. But I mean, let's see, if you look at it, laborers, one of the biggest downsides to being one of them on the pipe crew, or even right here on a sheet foot roller, is the fact that you got to deal with the elements. I'm lucky right now, I'm in a in cab roller, so I don't have to deal with any of the elements. But somebody like on that roller has to. Somebody that's off equipment have to deal with the elements. You're gonna have to dress accordingly. I mean, you can't wear shorts, you can't wear no sleeve shirts. You gotta wear your safety equipment while you're out there, and you gotta wear your hard hats and whatever else the job requires. So I mean, if you can't take the heat and the cold, I wouldn't apply for a laborer. I wouldn't do it. I'd try to get on a rock truck, or that's where you would start out most likely, because unless you got experience on something like a track loader, dozer, hoe, rubber tire loader's way over there. Even a rock truck, you're gonna have to start out most likely on a roller laborer or a rock truck. So I mean, a rock truck's not hard to drive. It's really not. All it is just an oversized truck. It's pretty easy. I mean, yeah, it's a little more complicated than this, because this is easy. All it is going back and forth. But other than that, it's a pretty easy job. I mean, yeah, you got some of these old heads that, get a little cranky. You can deal with a lot of different operators sometimes. So some of the, other than dealing with the elements, some of the freaking downsides is the fact that you got to deal with multiple operators, and some operators, they work differently. So you got to kind of adapt to how they work. Some, will load you a different way. Just say you're, in a rock truck. Some hoes will load you differently than others. Some loaders will load you differently than others. Some people don't want you too close. Some people want you to come to them. It all depends. Now, rolling, it depends on the operator that's running the field, but some people don't want you too close to them. Some people want to have a nice space in order for them to run and then be able to, knock down those piles so you can roll it eventually. But it depends on the people. But like I said, I mean, I never liked being outside in the heat and the cold. The heat didn't really bother me as most of the cold. I hated working as a pipe crew member. I did that for a little bit. I didn't like it. I would recommend, if you don't like being in the elements, get on equipment. Try to get on a rock truck, and you'll be gravy. It'll be good to go. I mean, I know some places will have older equipment, some places will have newer, but this is a really good start job for an 18 or up. Because my company, you have to be 18 years or older to start. I don't know about any other company, but like I said, some of the pros pay good. You can learn some of this stuff, and you can eventually work your way up to supervisor position if that's what you want. You can the benefits are good. Some of the cons, you got to deal with, other people that can be a little cranky. If you're a laborer, you got to deal with the elements, and it's just a lot to it. Like, if you want to learn something like a track loader or even a hoe, you gotta, in order to get operator pay, you gotta show them that you actually can be an operator. I mean, those are just some of the things that I can say. I mean, leave in the comments below what you guys feel. I mean, could you guys see yourself being, in the field of construction or heavy machinery operators, or even a laborer? I mean, pipe crew isn't hard to a point. I mean, it can be hard, don't get me wrong, because you're on your feet all day. You're out in the elements. But if that's what you want to do, hey, go ahead. Over here, where I'm at, there's a lot more, as a laborer, there's a lot more Hispanics doing the labor than anything. I've seen a couple white people, seen a couple black people, but it's mostly Hispanic. And then the people on equipment, there's a handful of Hispanics, and dependent on the crew. It all depends on the crew, though. And, there's a lot more whites than anything on the equipment. But, I mean, I've seen plenty of, Hispanic people on equipment. It's not like they're being derogatory or nothing, being racist. It's more of the fact that it all depends on where you're at. But, yeah, I mean, I like the job. I may not be here for the rest of my life. I don't know yet. But I don't mind being here. I don't mind being an operator. I'm not a full-fledged operator. Operator isn't loader or dozer or a hoe or even rubber tire, but I still run equipment. I still do what I can, and I learn as best as I can. And if somebody puts me on equipment, I'll get on it and I'll run it. My favorite so far out of everything that I've been on is the rock truck, and I really like the smooth drum roller. I like all the rollers, but the 815 I hated. I hated being on the 815 because that thing beats you to hell. I will tell you that. Like, I remember, this is another story for another day, but the old Dynapack looking 815, that thing beats you to hell. Didn't have no AC, no nothing. It was an in cab. It was just an old dinosaur that should have been trashed a long time ago, which eventually it was. But yeah, leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think and feel, and if you have any questions, let me know. I mean, I'll do my best to answer them. I mean, that's what I'm here for. My content isn't always going to be about, this stuff, but, I'm going to try to do my best to give you the best content I can. But I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.